So a lot of people watching this channel want to start fresh, scrap your past legally and acquire a fresh and a brand new legal identity. And this could be for several reasons. Either it's a draconian home country regime. You are right. They're absolutely wrong. And you're just trying to protect yourself, protect your family. Sometimes it's nothing to do with any past regime. You want privacy because you deserve privacy. You believe in privacy the way the world is going crazy. Even an innocent person can be targeted if your regime is draconian, or if you get caught in the crossfire, things could go sideways pretty quickly. And a lot of marketers, unfortunately, they try to throw at you CBI solutions without thinking, just to earn a couple of bucks. So yes, it's benefiting them. They try to market it and package this as the ultimate privacy solution because you're getting a second identity legally. Nope, 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 nope. A lot of these programs are designed specifically, or let's say modified specifically by Western entities and certain home country governments. They've tweaked these programs substantially, and a lot of these CBIs are actually data mining projects that collect, aggregate, and supply this rich wealth of information that they have collected from you, and then they would supply this with the home country governments because they have signed agreements with the EU, with Western countries, in certain cases with your home country governments. And this particularly creates a lot of problem for certain nationals. For example, Chinese nationals, right? They have certain reasons. They have a lot of wealth and they want to protect their wealth, and certain CBIs might not be the right solution for you. And Chinese is just one example. There's several other nationalities that fit this category. When you do a typical CBI, when you look at their forms, what are they asking you for? They're asking you for your financial history, your financial information. Secondly, they're asking you for all your past citizenships and associations. They're asking you very in-depth information about your source of wealth. They're asking you information about your family, every close relative, their finances, and bunch of other stuff. And this creates a problem because they're just asking you everything. This is the exact information that you're trying to protect, but you're handing this over to them. And guess what they're doing with this information? They have now agreements with certain home country governments. So this is literally not a privacy options. This is exactly opposite of that. This is busting yourself for no reason. And I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong, you're doing anything illegal. You might be perfectly clean and neat and nice, but you're just trying to acquire a private option, and this is exactly killing that. Any information that anyone else never had before, now they know everything. And sometimes there's data leaks with certain programs where other entities have access to your information, so it becomes almost impossible to clean this information from those databases. What is the solution? What is the new modern idea of 2026? What are people doing in 2026, successful people? And this is the age, this is the year, this is the time of a CBM, a citizenship by merit, where there's a private agreement with a foreign government, with certain countries which believe in negotiating, right? So the information is being negotiated. You carefully examine your private information, and the information that's a definite no-go, you're not sharing it with them. You're providing them with legally required information that they're supposed to get. And because this is a negotiation between you and that country, it's a private bond between you and the CBM country. This is what makes this unique. This is what makes this private. And once you negotiate this information, you get the new nationality. This is super private citizenship because no one has the business of knowing your citizenship if you're not going to their country. Let's say you're traveling, you're using an ETA, you're using a visa, then yes, they can ask you information because they're allowing you to come to their country. But let's say you're not exposing this, you want to keep this sealed, you want to keep this private, then you have the right to privacy. This is a private bond between your CBM country and yourself. And there are certain CBMs which are slightly high profile. For example, typical examples are Albania, Serbia, Georgia, etc. Those are slightly higher in price. You're looking at 300K plus in investment in most cases. Now, sometimes that can be reduced based on your circumstances, but generally speaking, on an average, you're looking at a 300K price tag plus. Now, there are certain quick CBM countries, right? Certain third world countries or poorer nations that are perfectly following their legal structure, they have framework where they can award exceptional citizenship if you're doing something good for the nation. And when you're doing something good, there's of course a monetary component, and then it's really drafting how you are a valuable contributor to the nation. So it's all about drafting this, and we work with certain specialized attorneys in certain jurisdictions. We specialize in CBM. Any legit provider in 2026 and beyond has to, I feel, specialize in the CBM domain, and that's what we do. And certain CBMs are extremely cheap. They start off from less than 100K in certain cases. So there are African options, at least one African option, a couple of African options that you can strike at a low price point, let's say under 100K. And then once you have this nationality, right, you've freed yourself up, legally acquired a new nationality. And now, yes, and there are certain other things that people look for. A legal name change. Can you legally change your name? Of course, you can legally change your name, not for the wrong things, but if you're following the law, if you're keeping things legal, you just want a name change, then yes, there are options with certain countries where they have this flexibility, as long as you're giving an undertaking that you're not doing this for any illegal purposes. And then yes, if you want to add a CBI after that, there's certain good CBIs, good in the sense that they are legal citizenships. They may not be the most respectable citizenships, but let's say you still want to add a CBI. Now this could be a lightweight layer on top of your CBM solution. A lot of people will add Vanuatu because the form is in your control. It is the most private CBI citizenships that a lot of countries gain, and we have a team on the ground. It's not just about the passport. It's about following up with the authorities on a daily basis, making this a lightning fast option. So let's say you're looking for something in 45, 50 days. Yes, it can be obtained. Plus, you want to strike some connection to the country. You want to have an address, a utility bill, a phone bill. All those things can be included as part of the package because, as I said, we have a local presence on the ground. So that could be an additional layer on top of the CBM. And at any point in time, you want to strike any of these options, any CBM options in 2026, you can always click a link, book a call. We can have a quick chat, see if this is the best solution for you, and get you and your family started with this option. Now, make sure before you go, you're subscribed to the channel, because the moment there's any update, I promise you, you will be the first one to be notified. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and catch you in the next one.